Megan looks so pretty over there. What's his name? Dave what?
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Renaissance St. Louis Airport Hotel for championship round coverage of the APA Junior Championships. Of course, this event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. I'm Jason Bowman, and this is an ad for Nationwide. All right, so I'm your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by a woman that needs no introduction, the Black Widow, Jeanette Lee. Jeanette, we started with 385 kids in this year's Juniors Championship. Just 3 days ago, we are down to the final 8 here in the championship round. I know the kids have got to be excited to get going. I know you've been here for the last few days. From your perspective, tell us a little bit about this year's championship.
This event has been so exciting and fun and inspiring. These kids, I've been so impressed with their sportsmanship, just their overall attitude towards themselves as well as their opponents, and that's a great credit to the parents and also the leadership that APA brings in terms of the behavior that we expect. But they've been having a great time. I mean, we have the matches here, but we also have the practice room where they're all going and hanging out and meeting other kids that love pool like we do, and I just love it.
So we are down to the championship round. Before we get started with our featured match here, folks, we do want to make sure we thank our sponsors who are very important to not only helping us bring you the juniors event, but for us to put the event on overall. Of course, we're talking about Aramith, which is your premier billiard balls, our friends at Action Cues, our official cue of the APA, our friends at pooldog.com, where you can get all of your APA-branded billiard products as well as really any kind of billiard accessory you might need, and our friends at Nationwide Insurance, who are our presenting sponsor for this year's event. We're going to take a quick look at a word from Nationwide.
You got a side that wants more space, 'cause every day starts like a race. You got a side that loves that style, but to fit in those shoes gonna take a while. Today life's got you running, tomorrow big things are coming. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Again, a big thank you to the folks over there at Nationwide Insurance for all of their support of the Junior Championships. And, of course, we need to mention the Renaissance St. Louis Airport, which has been a great hotel for us this year, Jeanette. Our first time here for the Juniors Championships. Their staff has been outstanding. The facility has been great.
Right.
Nothing but positives from my perspective.
The food has been comfortable. I mean, has been great. The hotel rooms are very comfortable, and you feel safe and secure and happy, and it's been a great experience all around, really.
So as we mentioned, we've got 4 championship matches that will take place this afternoon. Jeanette and I are going to focus on the black tier, which is the highest skill level tier of the Junior Championships, and we'll meet those players in just a moment. But we do want to mention for the folks that are viewing at home, if you're looking for a match besides the black tier, of course we've got 4 matches underway. We've got the green tier, white tier, and red tier as well. You can find coverage of those matches at poolplayers.com/live. All right, so go over to poolplayers.com/live. You can watch those matches. And again, Jeanette and I are going to focus here on this black tier finale, which is going to feature, looks like we have from Mantua, Ohio, we've got Travis Cribley, his opponent, Joseph Hankins from San Diego, California. So again, Travis Cribley from Ohio, Joseph Hankins from California. Travis is a skill level 7, which means he's going to need to get to 55 points in the 9-ball format. Joseph will need to get to 65 points. And again, we are playing 9-ball. Each ball is worth 1 point. The 9-ball is worth 2 points. Some of the other ground rules, of course, this championship as well as all the APA championships played by APA rules. Coaching not allowed in this particular event, Jeanette, because, again, we are talking about individual or singles play. And as we already mentioned, we've got the different skill level tiers, the 4 matches going on at one time. You've got skill levels 1 and 2 in the green tier, skill level 3 in the red tier. We've got the 4s and 5s in the white tier, and in the match that Jeanette and I will be bringing you today, skill level 6 through 9 in the black tier. So again, if you're looking for coverage of a match besides the black tier, go over to our website, poolplayers.com/live, and you should be able to find coverage of the green, white, and red tiers. Here at the main table, the black tier looks like they're about ready to begin. Winning the lag was Travis Cribley. Travis in the black at the table, preparing to break. His opponent seated there in the blue shirt, just off camera. Joseph Hankins. Travis with the break, and we are underway.
Really a nice, solid break. His cue ball was not flying all over the table. I didn't see a lot of spin on it. It did float backwards a little bit, but he's got a nice sight of the one. Not sure that it can clear in the bank of the 5 ball, but I do know that should he not choose to bank it, there will be an easy safety at play here.
Again, Travis Cribley at the table.
Whoa.
Nice safety there.
That's a bit of an advanced safety, because a lot of times people will play that safety, but they don't try to hit it a little bit harder to really snug up against that 9 ball. I think that is.
And of course, as we mentioned, black tier, you're seeing some of the top players in this particular tournament overall. Yes. Black tier being the highest of the skill levels, so we expect a lot of shot making, a lot of safety play, and overall really great match here in the finals.
Solid hit on the 1.
And this is Joseph Hankins. Joseph's from San Diego, California. 28 states represented here this week, Jeanette, at the Junior Championships. We had about a dozen kids from Canada, too. So
I've met them all. I was in the practice room till about 3 in the morning playing against the players. Just one game apiece, just so that they can say they got to play against the Black
Very
Widow.
cool.
But, all right, he's safe. He's going to go off the end rail to hit that 1 ball, hit it nice and solid. Did not leave him an offensive shot on the 1, so he's going to be looking at playing some kind of defense here.
Again, in this higher skill level tier, you can expect to see quite a bit of defense if the players are not seeing an obvious shot. They want to play safe because, again, they're at this level, players can make several balls in a row, potentially several racks in a row. Jeanette?
Yes. Looks like he was trying to get his cue ball to roll up on that 4 and 5. But I think he did let himself. He did let is it Joseph? Joe?
Joseph Hankins in the blue seated. Travis Cribley at the table in black.
Travis can see the 1, and if he can hit it thin enough with a little bit of right-hand English, he can spin that 8 ball in the pocket and leave himself a nice shot on the 1 ball on the far right corner pocket. Let's see. This is a little bit of a finesse shot. Oh, he looks like he's trying to massé the ball. Nope, that was a bad hit.
Oh.
And left himself a really
so he'll give
easy combination, yeah.
Joseph ball in hand here, and again he's looking at that 1-9 combo.
Now, for those of you that not familiar, I don't know. He looks like he's trying to do a combination shot. It might still go in, but he really should putting the cue ball on the other side of the 1 and throwing the 9 ball in. Let's see.
So he
made it.
Takes advantage of ball in hand, pockets the 9 ball there. That'll pick up 2 points for Joseph. And I know Travis had at least 1 on the break. We'll get that score updated for you folks. But
so for those of you that aren't familiar with the scoring, the way that we do it here in the APA is you get a point for every ball that you pocket legally. And on the 9 ball, you would get 2 points for that.
Right.
And then as we keep score, we stick that in a computer, and it'll tell us whether or not their skill levels will move up and down, which would change the number of points that they have to make to win the game.
Yeah, and we did mention there is a skill level differential here. You've got at the table Joseph Hankins, skill level 8, which means he needs to get to 65 points before Travis gets to 55. So while the score is tied 2-2, you could say Travis has a bit of an early lead. Dry break there by Joseph. And again, if you're not familiar with APA rules, so the rest of the points that were still on the table during that last rack are considered dead balls, right? So neither player, because Joseph did the combination 1-9, neither player gets credit for the balls that are left on the table once the 9 ball is pocketed. Travis pockets the 1 ball.
Okay. We're looking at the red 3 ball. He can't quite see it, so he's going to be looking at trying to kick at this ball.
Again, Joseph from Mantua, Ohio. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Got some Midwest representation here, some West Coast representation here. Again, kids really from all over North America. I saw there were some kids from Oregon, California. Obviously, you brought some kids from
Tampa,
Florida,
Tampa,
amongst some other kids from the state of Florida. So great representation from all over North America at this year's event. Joseph here at the table pockets that 3 ball.
He's on the wrong side of this 4 ball, so he can make the 4, but he's looking at getting a good shot on the 5 ball. Oh, played position for the bank shot.
Some folks that are just tuning in, again, this event, the Junior Championships, being held in St. Louis, Missouri at the Renaissance St. Louis Airport Hotel. So this is not Las Vegas. We will, however, be in Las Vegas next month for the APA World Championships.
Yes, I'll be there,
that,
too.
of course, will be held at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Jeanette will be there amongst several other prominent billiard professionals. And, yes, for the commenter that was asking, we will be live streaming the finals of each of those championships as well in August, so something to look forward to. But for now, we're focused on the kids, Jeanette, and what a week it's been for them.
It really is an experience of a lifetime, you know, to be able to go and travel. And what I love about the APA is that we do have such a good equalizing system, a handicap system where they can play at all different levels and still win a national championship.
Right.
You know, a lot of the other junior championship, it's just separated by age, not necessarily by skill level.
Yeah.
And here it really is about skill level, which is, I think, the fairest way to go about doing it. Ooh, great hit.
Just misses the shot on that 5 in the corner. That'll bring Travis back to the table here. Again, we are deadlocked at 4. However, because of the skill level differential, Travis needing 10 fewer points to win the match. And he pockets the 5 in the side. They're saying your volume's a little low, Jeanette, so I'm going to bump you up there.
All right, sounds good. Hello, Rashad. Glad to know you started playing pool. Hope you're loving it like we do. Seeing your little chat messages that you guys are posting on our Facebook page.
Yeah, and again, if you're just tuning into the Junior Championships, this is the black tier of this year's championships. But if you're looking for any of the other tiers, that would be the green tier, the white tier, or the red tier. You can go to poolplayers.com/live and find those matches there. We do have 4 matches being broadcast simultaneously here on Facebook, the APA YouTube channel, as well as poolplayers.com/live. So busy afternoon in terms of production as Joseph Hankins pockets the 8 in the corner. Solid position on the 9.
Made quick work of that rack. Nice.
So he will take an 8-6 lead in terms of points. Folks continuing to tune in. Again, championship round coverage of this year's APA Junior Championships from here in St. Louis, Missouri, where we are having some of the absolute best weather of the summer here, Jeanette, in St. Louis. I mean, generally it's been, prior to your arrival, it had been about 98 degrees every day with high humidity, and it was just miserable. But
I brought
last
the
couple
cool
days
with
of
me.
the cool travels with Jeanette apparently. So been a really great couple days here in St. Louis. Joseph checking the rack there. You can see the players here now playing with the Aramith TV balls. You're noting some of the different coloration, particularly with that pink ball. Jeanette, I can't imagine the pressure these kids are under at the moment. I mean,
For so young.
Yeah, you're watching the action on the table, but what you're not seeing is bleachers essentially behind the pit area here, where I don't know, maybe a couple hundred folks are sitting back and watching. And obviously, being here on you can kind of see a portion of the room there. Of course, all the folks tuning in back home, or wherever they're from. Got to be pressure. We talk about how the pressure is for the adults in Vegas. I can't imagine for these young guys how that's got to be. But maybe that's a good thing.
I think, to be honest, I felt the pressure a lot less when I was younger. I just didn't have a care in the world. I didn't know as much. I will tell you, Joseph got rewarded for a fantastic break. I mean, he hit that one ball solidly. Cue ball just squatted right in the middle of the table, guaranteeing him a nice shot on the one. He didn't quite get down far enough on the 2 ball, so now he knows he's going to be dancing with that 6 ball one way or another.
Heard some applause, and it looks like we may have wrapped one of our championships up here already. Green tier has concluded. We'll get a report on just who is our champion in the green tier momentarily and share that with you folks. But you can see just how quickly, Jeanette, some of these matches come to the conclusion in their in that green tier with the 9-ball scoring. So
they're pretty speedy, these kids. They don't doubt themselves too much. They just start.
Joseph pockets the 2 in the side pocket there.
Yep, followed, weaved around all those balls, gave him a nice shot on the 3 ball. Looks like he's going to put a little bit of backspin on this ball, being careful of the side pocket. He wants to play position on this 5 ball.
Robin Parker says, so cool to watch these kids. This is the future of the sport. I wonder if is that Robin Parker, former U.S. amateur champion? You know Robin? She plays in some of the WPBA stuff. She's from Alabama.
I don't think so. That name does not ring a bell. But I've taken some time off the pool, so who knows who the best women players are these days. But I know Vivian Valeriel just came off a win at that
the event they did in Louisiana.
Yep.
WPBA event in Louisiana, which I understand went over very well, but I know you were unable to make it last minute due to some personal things. So again, that green tier has wrapped up. As soon as we get a report on who won that match, we will share that information with you. Slowly but surely here, Joseph Hankins is getting into a groove, Jeanette.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't have a great situation right now. He's pretty straight on that 7 ball. And I think he definitely wanted to have more angle than that. Even if he draws a little bit, the cue ball could possibly come back and hit the point of that side pocket. So he's probably going to try to hit this with a little bit of top right-hand English. No, it looks like he's aiming low.
Ooh.
Whoopsie daisy. It's good leave. I think Travis is going to try to bank this ball.
What an amazing setup for this year's Junior Championships. The tournament crew and Bill Tufts and all the folks involved with getting this thing set up. It's a really awesome looking room. I mean, we're so used to the big room in Vegas, and to come into a hotel convention space and transform it into a little piece of that is really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, and everyone is loving it, I think. The seating is very comfortable.
Nice shot there by Travis.
He needs it to travel a little bit more.
Yeah, he left himself behind the 9-ball.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get down below the 9-ball. I would have tried to stay above the 9-ball only because he hit that pretty forcefully, and yet it still didn't make it down there.
Ramil wants Jeanette to give a shout out to Ed and Kathy Ambo for, I think it's Ed maybe celebrating his birthday.
Ed,
one of our league operators.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
Happy birthday, says the Black Widow. Thank you, Ramil. The League Operator network of people that we have across this nation as
Incredible.
well as other countries. I mean,
Incredible.
they help each other. They support each other.
Couldn't do this event or any of our other events without them.
Right. That's
You
right.
see a number of league operators. Of course, you're part of that League Operator network now. Janetta
right.
runs a APA league in Tampa, Florida. But number of the league operators here to assist the kids, sometimes with scorekeeping and things
That's
like
right.
that this week. So really great turnout.
They believe in the future of our children.
All right. Joseph pockets the 9 in the corner there. Now leading 17-7. Joseph needing 65 points.
Wow.
Looks like we have another match wrapping up here next to our main table. We'll get a report of who won that match. Still waiting on results of the green tier. All right, so it looks like in the red tier, Dylan Edwards of Washington, Illinois is our champion. Dylan defeating Lucas Sturbins of Wisconsin. So congratulations to Dylan, again champion in our red tier. Dylan Edwards, Washington, Illinois, champion in the red tier of this year's junior championships.
We're getting an update on the green tier here in a split second. Let's see, another break. Joseph up at the table from San Diego, as you can see. And on our green tier that ended, Robert Gum Jr. just beat Imagine Gordon 19 points to 6 points.
Robert out of Independence, Missouri.
And those were skill level 2s.
Yeah, so congratulations to Robert Gum Jr. He is the junior champion in the green tier this year. Independence, Missouri. Congratulations to him. 2 matches still underway here in the championship round. Of course, Jeanette and I focused our attention here on the black tier. Looks like we also have the white tier next to them still ongoing.
So he has a little too much angle on this 4-ball. He's not sure that he can hold the angle for the 5-ball down there. So he's trying to figure out, okay, if I go all the way around the table, how will I get back down for this 5-ball?
Just tuning in, watching final round or championship round coverage of the APA Junior Championships in St. Louis, Missouri. This event brought to you by our friends at Nationwide Insurance.
Oh, gosh, that was a little bit of the risk.
3-day event here that started with 385 kids aged 7 to 18, so just kids from all walks of life, all different ages. Jeanette, what a cool thing to be able to bring them all here together and experience their love for pool together.
Right, and they are going to and have made lifelong friends in this because you're meeting other kids that have the same passion for the game.
Right. You know, what I love about it is again, you got kids from 28 different states, right?
Yeah.
You got kids with different backgrounds, different abilities, you know, different cultural experiences, probably different accents and things.
Right.
And you're kind of bringing them here in this little melting pot of kids so they can kind of experience a little bit broader picture of the world, if you will. And today, man, that's so important.
And then also, we also, as the APA, give recognition to the kids that are having great report cards, bringing them in and awarding them.
Yeah, we did the Academic Achievement Award recognition
That's
on
right.
Thursday for any student that had a grade point average 3.0 or above, and there were so many of them. I know
Right.
Steve had to drag a big ladder out and climb it to try to get them all in a picture, so trying to recognize the academic achievements of the juniors here. Again, this is Travis Cribley at the table.
Doesn't look like they... See, the tough part is here. I think he can fairly easily do a masse shot or even a jump shot, but the risk is, at least on the masse shot, you could follow the cue ball down into this corner pocket. Not on a jump shot, but if he chooses to masse instead.
For the folks tuning in, wondering how they can get their children involved in the APA Juniors program, if you go to our website, poolplayers.com, you can go to the Junior Championships under the tournament information. That, or you can just reach out to your APA League operator and say, hey, what's going on with juniors in my area? If you don't have anything going, maybe you can help them get that jump started.
Yes.
But great program, great way for kids to interact and learn about sportsmanship, obviously pursue their passion for the game. Joseph just missed that 9 in the corner there.
I'm pretty impressed with Travis and Joseph in terms of their composure, the way they walk around the table. A lot of times people, they just go and go and go. These guys are thinking it out, looking at all their options.
Nice shot. Yeah.
Great shot.
Yeah, they don't look
Travis.
they don't look timid at all, right?
Right.
They don't
Right.
they don't look you know, sometimes in Vegas when the cameras come on and the crowd shows up, you know, you see people struggle a little bit
Oh,
with the
yeah,
nerves, and these
yeah.
kids are
No, they're
making
into
the
it.
shots they should make, and they're executing safeties well, and so we got a really great championship here in the black tier.
And a common thing for people to do when nerves strike is they start running around the table. They start shooting a little bit too fast.
Speeding
They don't
up,
think
yeah.
These guys have a nice pace about them. They're walking around, looking at the right angles, picturing the kick shots when they're needing to do that. Really like their attitudes. I was looking over here on table 17, and one guy, his opponent, made a great shot, and he went up and
I
gave
see a little
him
fist bump,
Yep,
right? I
got
saw
a little
that.
bit of a
Caught
fist
that.
bump there.
Great sportsmanship here this week.
Yes.
Well, hopefully the kids will rub off on the parents as they
That's
make their way to
right.
August
That's
to our
absolutely right.
championships, because obviously sportsmanship is a big part of having a good experience, whether that's here at the junior event or at one of our other events.
I saw a couple of kids where their opponent was about to shoot the wrong ball,
Correct?
and they stopped them and said, "Up,
Awesome.
you're shooting the wrong ball." And that's something that I don't see a lot of adults doing. And the
Yeah.
whole idea is, don't try to win by working around the
Sure.
rules and this and that. Show the love of the game, and try to win the right way.
You want to win because you deserve to win, because
Right.
you played well and deserve to win, not
Right.
because of
Something the
mistakes
opponent did.
someone else makes.
Right.
Sure.
All right, what's he got on this 2-ball?
Referee Scott Sullivan's going to come over and take a look. Scott
Well-
from here in the metro area, one of our
There's no question. I mean, if that 8-ball moves at all, it's a foul. There's no question he's going to make a good hit on the 2-ball, in my opinion. But it's just, that the 2-ball is going to hit off the end rail, come back and hit the 8. So can you make sure you get your cue ball to the other side of that 9-ball? Hit the end rail and spin out between. Oh, too much. Yeah, he needed a lot more spin on that ball. And really, you need maximum spin, because when you hit that cue ball slowly, that friction on the table will really slow down the amount of spin. So you've got to apply a lot more spin than you think you do when you're hitting the ball softly. Wait.
See, Travis made contact with that 6-ball inadvertently during his shot. Did not make contact with the cue ball, so he just
Put it back.
replaces it. Yeah, which is allowable. That is not a foul.
I thought the opponent was supposed to replace it. No? Well, they just allowed it. Okay. He's got a nice shot on this 3-ball, and he wants to come down. Looks like he's aiming low to come around the 5, hit it a little bit harder than he wanted to.
A little too much.
Oh,
a little too
yeah.
much. So that'll go down as a dead ball there.
He just puts too much spin, not enough draw.
So Travis will not pick up a point there for that 3-ball because, again, scratched after the fact, which means that is considered a dead ball. Joseph now shooting on the 4-ball. Again, we have 2 matches already in the books. We had Robert Gum Jr. of Independence, Missouri. He is your junior champion in the green tier.
Mm-hmm.
In the red tier, we had Dylan Edwards from Washington, Illinois.
Looks like he's trying to draw this ball. 5 ball, come back down for the 8. Oh, man. It looked like he was applying backspin, but obviously not. Very makeable shot, but a tough one. He's got to make a really thin hit on the 6 ball into the far right corner pocket and judge the speed for the cue ball to come back up the table and down for the 7 ball.
I think regardless of the outcome of this match, it's pretty clear both of these guys have pretty bright futures in terms of their pool game. Both
That's
very
right.
strong shooters. I'm kind of amazed to see, players at this young age that are so advanced.
And it's such a good thing when kids love, a game like pool and say, wow, that ball just hung up there. Because, I've heard plenty of parents where it was hard to get their kids to really apply themselves in school and things like that. Well, ever since they fell in love with the game, now you can just say, hey, if you don't get to it with your school books, you're not going to be able to play pool anymore, and suddenly all their grades start coming up. Ooh.
Well, and it's so great, I think, too, for pool in particular, for parents to be able to kind of share the love of the game. And in some cases, these kids that are old enough are actually able to play with the parents on occasion in league play and things like that. So,
that's right.
I don't know of any other sport where you can really do that necessarily due to the age difference, but pretty cool thing we got going on here with the junior championships.
What is he doing here? Some kind of a bank shot? Whoa. Watch out.
Look like one of those shots Dr. Q does. Almost made that 8 ball. Of course, Dr. Q will be out at the World Championships next month. I know Florian Kohler will be out there. Venom.
And
Looking
really,
forward to that.
Dr. Q really is a legend. He's been playing for so long, and he's got so much energy and so much entertainment that he brings to the game. It's unbelievable because he's getting up there in age, and yet
you never know it by his energy level.
Yeah, he's really incredible.
Of course, he was elected to the Billiard Hall of Fame last year.
Really inspiring.
All right, so Joseph pockets the 9 ball, picks up 2 more points there in that last rack, now leading 28-15. Jeanette, it's pretty amazing to think we're already here in July at the Junior Championships. We're like 3-4 weeks away from heading to Vegas and putting on the big show there, and then we'll come back and fall session will kick off in the leagues around the country. A really busy time, I know, for you and the rest of the league operators. Folks sometimes take summers off and then come back in the fall, so amping back up for that. And then we'll be back down in Tampa for the U.S. Amateur Championship. It all goes so quickly these days.
And I will be there. What are the dates for the U.S. Amateur? Is it in October or November?
It's in November.
November.
I think it's somewhere around the 9th. It's that second full weekend.
And you can go to our website,
sure.
poolplayers.com, to find out more information about the U.S. Amateurs.
Yeah. Now we've got some big regional events that happen in the fall. Of course, we got the singles regionals, and I know I ran into Gordon, some of the guys from Canada. They're gearing up for their big border battle that they do.
Nice.
It looks like we have wrapped things up in the white tier. We'll get a report there on who the winner is. Just like that, Jeanette, we're down to 1 match.
Yeah, he's getting pretty emotional over there. We'll find out in a minute.
Got to be somewhat challenging for these guys that are still playing with as these matches wrap up and all the excitement that ensues. Stay focused here, Joseph.
Oh, he's crying.
fouls there. But
He's crying in his joy.
that's great.
I mean, national champion, that's something you're always going to remember.
Always a memory to last a lifetime. Could be the next start of a Black Widow kind of career. Did you play anything like this when you were coming up? I mean, you kind of started a little bit later in your
Yes,
teens, like 18, and you
right
went kind of right into the
Yep.
to the belly of the lion, didn't you?
That's right. I started playing at 18, turned pro at 21, and was #1 in the world a year and a half later.
Wow.
And it was, I mean, I ate, drank, and slept pool. That's all that it was. But it really, you know, to see these kids and the opportunities that they're getting because of the APA to compete at a national level.
Now, when you were playing, I mean, that's got to be around the time that you'd be going off to college and that kind of thing. I mean, so you
Right.
had to kind of forego that stuff in favor of pursuing this thing that you really fell in love with.
Right.
What did your parents think of that, out of curiosity? Like,
Well, I mean, I was going to college.
okay.
And then at one point, I had to make a decision because I was not really dedicating myself to the school the way I should have or pool the way I wanted to. And so I figured I could always go back to school, let me do what I can in this game, and a year and a half later I was #1. So it worked out well, but yeah, my parents were not fans of the game at the time.
They had to take a leap of faith. I'm guessing they're not disappointed now,
Yeah.
right? They've
Right,
come
right.
around, I
No,
would hope,
yeah.
over the years.
Yeah.
Once you're sealing that Hall of Fame induction, I'm sure they realized
Right.
that
Yeah, actually, when I got named Player of the Year by Boaters Digest, I think they said,
that's
you know,
when they came around.
That is when they
Nice.
came around. They
Nice.
just said, you know, as much as I don't want you fooling around and being out all hours of the night, we know you must be doing something right because you keep coming home with trophies.
Yeah.
But I understand. I understand because a lot of kids these days, they waste their life on video games and things like that instead of going out and finding what could make them truly happy,
Yeah.
you know, in their life. And so
I've got 2 young ones at home, and I'm struggling with that with one of them. They are a little too into the electronics. I'm sure you probably deal
Yep.
with
gotta
the same thing
unplug.
with your kids. It's like,
I allow them an hour a day of whatever electronics they want to do. It's really supposed to be 30 minutes, but an hour a day, and after that they've got to unplug,
nice.
or they lose the electronics by the next day.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
there's just immediate consequences, and so
Now, do your kids play pool? Any of your kids playing?
well, they play socially. They
Yeah.
play for fun. Really, my my older kids still play a little bit when they're out hanging out with their friends. My 3 little ones, we've got a table at home, as you can imagine.
Sure.
And not my youngest, Savannah, who's 7, but my daughter Chloe, who's 8, she really loves the game, and I could see her becoming great at that. But
Nice.
she's great at so many things. It's really just a matter of what. And for me, I don't care what they do as long as they give it 100%. If you're
Right.
gonna, choose whatever you want, I want you to be happy. But whatever you choose, give 100%.
Sure.
And that's all that really matters to me.
All right, so finally getting a report in on that white tier. It looks like Paul Marshall, Wyoming, Michigan. Paul Marshall is your junior champion in the white tier at this year's event. Congratulations to Paul. Defeated David Parks from Arizona. So congratulations really to both of them
Yes.
making it to the final round. But again, Paul Marshall, Wyoming, Michigan, your champion in the white tier.
Now Joe over here got left a pretty easy shot on the 3 ball. He's already made up the difference in the handicap where
Right.
Joe is a skill level 8, needs to go to 65, so there was a 10-point difference from the get-go that he was going to have to make up, and he's already just passed that.
Yeah.
So right now he
He's
is
a couple
12
points
points
ahead of that, yeah.
Mhm.
Although
Jumped up on that shot.
misses that 4 ball. We'll see if
There are so many shots that you feel maybe not comfortable with, and it's that point that I really just try to put weight on my feet and just really ground myself and say, you know what, make it or miss it, I'm going to give it a confident stroke and
Yeah.
a confident swing. Because as soon as you start jumping up or twisting your
or
wrist
doubting
or doubting
yourself. Yeah,
you can
I deal with that
you
myself.
can really talk yourself out of your
Yep.
own game when you might have had it if you had just given it a pure swing.
Yeah, there are times when I'll be in a situation like that and I'll take a shot and I'll miss it and I'll know that I missed that before I took it,
Right,
Because I was way too
exactly.
in between. I was
That's right.
too indecisive.
You've got to have that commitment to each shot.
And don't get me wrong, I'm going to miss a lot of shots, but I like to miss
Right.
them because I miss them, not because I was indecisive about
Right.
shooting them.
That's
so.
right. And that's where pre-shot routine would really help you guys out there, is really try to build yourself a pre-shot routine where mine is a decision picture target shoot. I make my firm decision, picture the whole shot happening, the speed, the amount of English, the type of angles, decision picture, find my lowest possible target. And wherever I want to hit that object ball, I want that point to be so minuscule. Find my target, and then when I say let the shot go, I mean going down and giving it a pure confident swing, 100% committed to it going in. And if I'm not, I'm going to get up again and take another look at the shot.
I know some folks asking about where different players finished in this year's event. Of course, you can go to our website, poolplayers.com, and get on CompuSport, or you can actually go right to CompuSport.us, track who finished where throughout the bracket.
It would be so tough for us to keep updating everyone on the finishes because
Right.
we had over 400 kids playing in this event. Oh, no, don't do it. Boy, Travis is struggling there. He hit that a lot harder than he meant to.
Some folks asking about what the kids win. I got that information here. First place is taking home a trophy, obviously, kind of as well as a swag pack, if you will, of
sure.
stuff, and then a laptop. When second place is taking home trophy, swag pack, an Echo Dot, and a tablet. So some nice things. Of course, we don't do the prize money. Of course, we do about $2 million a year in prize money for the bigger kids, but or the adults, as Jeanette puts it. But here with the juniors, we opt to do more of a prize package with them, and I think that's a little bit more appropriate for their achievements here. So, but again, you mentioned
these kids to do it for the love of the game, and for the honor of representing their city, representing their family, and their league and their sport,
and really jump-starting their billiard career. I mean, with these two guys we're watching here, skill level 7, skill level 8. You know, we've had players that go on from this black tier, Jeanette, and play on the Atlantic Cup team.
Oh yes,
right, which I know you've been involved with them. The Atlantic Cup features 5 of the top amateur juniors from the U.S. versus 5 of the top amateur juniors from Europe, and they play once a year. I think this year it's going to be in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, in December.
That's right.
So.
And the deciding factor of choosing the Atlantic Cup team, one of the big factors is the APA National Championship.
Sure.
They believe that this tournament is great for the game, and you know that the kids that make it here in this event has competitive spirit,
sure,
and good sportsmanship, everything that they want in somebody that represents.
Nice shot. Yeah, they've exhibited the ability to perform under high pressure. Again, the audience, the cameras, and that kind of thing. So,
but they also know that these kids understand sportsmanship, because we want people that are going to really represent America well when you're going against competing against other countries,
especially when they're traveling overseas. Because again, every other year that event's held abroad,
and a lot of these kids are leaving from here going straight to New Orleans. I know I will be at the Billiard Education Foundation National Championship
next weekend,
because the winners of that event will go to the World Championship, the Junior World Championship.
Yep, that's a good point. The Billiard Industries Trade Association has their big trade show kicking off this coming week on Wednesday in New Orleans. You're going to be down there. I'll be down there for that for a couple days, so it should be an exciting few days.
I will be there.
Another big event for some of these kids to participate in. Of course, a lot of the industry leaders, the billiard industry leaders, get together. I know Renee Lyle, president of APA, is coming down. And should be a fun few days in New Orleans. Might be a little hot. I hear New Orleans in July can be a little hot. You don't think they're going to let you in? Jeanette wrote me a note and said I might need a pass. Come on. Come
I don't
on.
know,
Just show up. They'll let you in.
I assume that they're going to let me in, but
I don't know that I've ever heard anybody tell the Black Widow no, so come on.
Well, we do have one of our kids, actually a few of our kids that are playing here in the APA. We've got Sage Curry going, as well as Cody Allen.
Nice.
From Tampa Bay APA. that's playing in there.
So you've not only been here kind of interacting with the kids and being Black Widow,
Right.
you've also been here as league operator Jeanette,
Right.
watching the kids that you brought up play, right?
That's
So
right.
it's
We
been
brought
busy.
9
Got to be a
kids
busy
up.
couple days for you. I know you did an exhibition last night.
That's right.
Seemed like all the kids really enjoyed that. I'm sure you have signed countless autographs this week.
Oh yeah. My hand feels like
Little
it's
sore,
broken from from so many autographs. But I mean, I've had 3 different kids meet me and then burst into tears crying because they said that they looked up to me so
That's
much.
cool.
It was really endearing. Oh, I mean,
That's got to
literally
about make you
break down
cry,
and just
right?
cry.
That's got to
Oh, it
almost
did.
make you cry.
It did.
Pretty cool.
I
Very
mean-
cool experiences being had here at the Junior Championships in St. Louis, Missouri at the Renaissance
Yeah.
St. Louis Airport Hotel. What a great facility this has been. You know, sometimes it's difficult, Jeanette, when you move an event like this into a new
New
property.
space. That's right.
You know, sometimes it doesn't gel real well, but they've been
This
outstanding. I
event
mean, when you got to hang
really
lights
has been
and pool tables.
outstanding.
So I want to make
really
sure.
has.
Want to make sure we credit their staff and how great they've been in helping us get this going. And hopefully, if everything went well, we'll be back here next year. We'll have to see in the days ahead, but certainly been a great venue for this year.
But I also think it really, we have to give a lot of credit to the APA because they just won't allow themselves to put on a poor event.
Right.
But it is a tremendous amount of work just preparing for something like this. And everything has run so smoothly considering this is the first time here.
Right.
All right, let's get back to this. We've got the 3 ball. He is now looking. We've got the 3 on the table, 4 right above it, and then the 5 is over here by the 6. In case you guys cannot see which ball is which. There you go. That's a beautiful layout. Thank you, Steve. Ooh,
Steve Alejandro, my man with the plan, running all the gear here.
he's
Making
a
it
little
all
bit too
happen.
straight on this 4 ball. I would have made sure that I had an angle on this 4 so that I could come around 3 rails and either leave myself some kind of a cut shot on the 5 or banking it again, playing position for the 6. So let's see. It looks fairly straight. I think he's going to try to follow to the end rail and punch back out and try not to hit the 6 ball so that he can come back up here. Oh, careful. Well, Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
Oh, that might not have been appropriate language for commentary. Sorry.
Twizzlers?
Well, it's either that or fizzle sticks. Let me
You can
see.
tell you got young kids at home.
Yeah.
Your kids are good, man. 8, did you say 8 years old? 7, 8 years
8.
old? Wow.
Cheyenne is 14
That's
now.
crazy.
And she is a very serious writer.
I can remember you having her at a tournament. I think about 2004. You won the event down at the Hard Rock, I think.
That's right.
And you had her. She was just a little baby.
That's right.
And you
yeah.
were like raising her up like in the
Yeah.
Lion King, like you were.
Yes.
Man, it's hard to believe that she would be 14 now.
Yes, she was born.
Goes so fast.
She was born in 2004. So she was literally a baby.
All right. Safety there by Joseph as
Yeah,
referee
it's
Scott
not-
Sullivan took a look at
Not
that.
good enough because it's pretty easy to now hit the 5 ball thin to the left and get on the other side of the 6 ball. Right? Use a very short backspin.
Ball frozen, as Scott indicated. Scott
Oh, he's
Sullivan,
going
the
that way.
referee
Why
there.
go that way? Go around the other side. But what?
There you
But. Ugh. Twizzlers. All right. I feel like he jumped to making the decision on that sit. All right.
Joseph pockets the 5 in the far corner.
Yeah, Joseph kind of made this grimace like he didn't really like it, but he's, aside from the fact that he's got the 7 ball that might prevent him to comfortably make a bridge, just sweep that ball up the table, come back across, make sure you don't get too straight on this 7 ball.
I'd like to see if it'd be possible to get the ages of these guys playing. Joseph and
Oop, too straight, too
and
straight.
Travis here.
See, he didn't need to draw the ball. He should have come back across the table without drawing.
Curious to know how old these guys are.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Joseph play a little bit prior to this match. He was the last match to finish up. He
See, I don't like that elevation.
pockets the 8
We
ball.
really want to always try to keep a level cue if we can.
You're saying he's going too high in the back?
Yeah, when he's
rough.
hitting a high ball, your cue stick should be very level to the table. And I notice he tends to elevate. Well, the only time we elevate with a high ball is when we're trying to masse a ball. So if you want that cue ball to roll straight, you really want to be careful not to elevate.
Looks like one of our commenters says Joseph is 14, so Joseph in the blue
14
there,
years
who
old.
has opened up a
Who looks 6
significant
feet
lead.
tall. Both these kids are really tall.
Tall kids, huh?
Yes, very tall.
Joseph at 14. We'll see if we can get some information here on Travis, find out how old he is. Would have been nice to have had a chance to talk to the kids before the match, but the semifinal finished up just before the start of our final round, so we didn't have much time.
So the latest score update looks like is, excuse me, 43-19. I'm sorry, it's right on the screen. What is wrong with me? 43-19.
So yeah, Joseph's 14. Looks like Travis is 17. So Travis just turned 17, according to Bill, one of our commenters. So we appreciate all that information as we kind of get to know. That's one of the hard things about when we do this commentary, Jeanette, is we don't meet these folks till like literally moments before they start, so we don't ever really get a chance to understand who they are or their backstory too much. But we know where they're from, we know how old they are, and we know that they're both off to very good young pool-playing careers, so that's what's most important.
But I have spoken to these two kids.
Did you have a chance to?
They are respectful. They are sweet.
Nice.
They're so appreciative of being able to be here, and I just want to give them all a hug.
Yeah, I haven't heard one
love
complaint
these
from any
kids.
of our staff. Everybody said it's been just an outstanding week, and you know, I think the general consensus when we finish up the junior event is that we wish we could kind of wrap up the sportsmanship that's exhibited here and like somehow
Share that
integrated
with
into our
some of
bigger
our
events.
pros.
Yeah. So
When Jason says commenters, he's talking about everyone that's been chatting on our feed here on
here
Facebook.
on Facebook Live, yeah.
So you go to American Pool Players Association on Facebook, and you'll be able to see us. Well, you're seeing us now, but you're also able to make chats that we are reading as we go along.
Right. We're actually simulcast here on Facebook as well as the APA YouTube channel, which you can access through our YouTube page or poolplayers.com/live. And we will archive all of these final matches on that YouTube channel, so folks will be able to go back and watch. So if you've been watching, as Jeanette and I have here, the black tier, and you want to go back later on and see what happened in those other matches, that content will all be out there on our YouTube channel, which I believe is youtube.com/APA Leagues.
He forgot that slow backswing. It's just like every other ball sport. You want to take a nice slow backswing, pause at the top of your swing, and accelerate through the shot. All right. Come on, Travis. Let's see a comeback. I want it to go neck and neck all the way down through. That was a really nice stroke. Last night we had quite a few matches kind of go down to the last 5 balls.
Yeah.
You know, really some great matches.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
That's what you're hoping to see in each of these matches. Tight race. And again, even though he's trailing by, 23 points currently, it's important to realize Travis needs 10 points fewer than Joseph. So this match is still closer than the score may appear.
I don't know. He let that cue ball go forward a little too much. What is he doing? Is he trying to hit that ball thin? Well, I don't think that four ball clears the 9, but certainly an easy safety.
I think that's 5 ball out there.
Oh, that's the 5 ball,
ball,
excuse me.
Yeah, it is tough with that pink 4 ball. Sometimes it gets a little.
Oh, it went in no problem. I mean, he fired that ball in. Oh, yeah, he can follow this. Right-hand English, actually, you don't need a lot of topspin. Just right-hand English, come around 3 rails, maybe 4 for the 9 ball in the side pocket. I mean, in the corner pocket. Come on. Spin, there you go. And it was perfect. Taking it down.
You know, I can't say it enough how impressed I am with these kids and their ability to play under this pressure. I mean, I don't know that we've, maybe a couple balls we've seen that were makeable shots, but for the most part, they are executing the shots they should. Safety play's been pretty decent as well.
Yep.
So again, that's with several dozen people here watching them now. They are the only match
left
still
in the
going
room.
on.
Yep.
You've got obviously the lights and the TV cameras everywhere following the match. So kudos to both of these young men on dealing with the pressure very well. Joseph with the break once again.
I mean, Joseph has taken such a dominant lead against Travis, but I'll tell you, Travis has not made so many mistakes. It's just
Joseph's been very good.
Yeah, they both really have. It's just, the balls have rollen in a way that it's been a little bit easier on Joseph than Travis, but it's not like Travis is just crapping all over himself. I mean, he's really taking his time. He's giving it his best. All right, maybe I shouldn't have said crapping all over himself. I'm sorry. I got to watch my language.
That's all right. At least you said it twice.
Okay, sorry. All right, come on. Finish your stroke. That was a little bit of a... All right. He doesn't want to hit it low. He just wants to hit it kind of like a stop shot. Let the cue ball slide over to the side rail for a nice shot on the 8. 5. Oh, he followed it.
Ooh,
you see
right.
that didn't stun over. He put topspin on that.
So we haven't seen a lot of mistakes from Joseph, but
that was a big
that's
one.
one, and we'll see if Travis can make the most of it here. He's going to have ball in hand, obviously, and
give himself a little bit of an angle, put some draw on the ball to come out between the 5 and the 6.
Again, if you're just joining us here, particularly on Facebook Live, this is the final match of the black tier of this year's junior championships being held in St. Louis, Missouri.
I don't even know why he did that. Why did he follow like that? When you follow like that, you almost guarantee yourself some kind of a... Oh, it worked out. Okay, you can follow all the way through, but the right shot is to draw. There you go, and play the 7 ball up table. A little bit too hard. Yeah, he's rushing now. Now you can see it's getting to him.
Well, I think he's eager to kind of close that gap and feel a little
but
tighter
rushing
match.
is the worst thing you can start doing. Overcut it again.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's rushing. He needs to settle down. He really does. He needs to settle down. I don't know if he hit it hard enough. Yeah, he did. It doesn't matter to me who wins, but I'd like to see it go, go right down to the wire. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, Joseph's going to extend his lead slightly.
All right. Currently, the score
close.
is 55-26. Joseph needing just 10 more balls.
10 more points.
Right. And Travis needs 29.
Look at you with quick math. Taking me.
I'm Korean.
Okay, there you go. That means you're good at math, right?
That's right.
Excellent. All right, Joseph with the break once again here. Just 10 points away from the championship. Dry on the break, however.
Notice Joseph wears a glove, just like I do. It's a Molinari glove, who just started sponsoring Cody Allen. They make beautiful, beautiful cues engineered by Predator. Who are the sponsors that we've got? Action, Pool
Got Action
Dog.
cues. Of course, they make all the APA branded cues as well as a number of other cues.
They're awesome.
And PoolDog.com, which is a supporter of pretty much all things APA. That's where you can get all of your pool-related accessories.
And
Aramith, of course,
right?
The official balls, really the premier balls in
they're
pool.
the best
Aramith,
balls on the planet.
Out of Belgium and our friends over
Bar
there.
none,
and then,
absolutely.
of course, Nationwide Insurance
is on your side.
Yeah, Nationwide's on our side for sure, sponsoring the
Is it
the
Omega
juniors
also?
events. So we appreciate all the support of our sponsors, making this event possible, helping us bring the coverage to you folks.
Left him just a piece of that one ball. I'll tell you what, if he was to thin this one so that it just kind of hung out by that 7 ball, a little bit hard. A little thicker and harder than he meant to. But you know, he's got some work to do, because he's got to make the 1, come back up to the middle of the table, 2, 4 will go on the side, but he's got to get shape on that 5 ball. Really on the inside of that 5 ball.
Looks like we had 33 players in the black tier this year. We had 172 in the green tier, 94 in the red tier, 87 in the white tier, and 33 here in the black tier, which is your skill levels 6 through 9, so the upper echelon of the skill level tiers.
If I can make this 2 and then the 4 and leave the cue ball back where it is right now, then I can play rail first on that 5 ball. Withdraw. And it'll be a big ball, so I wouldn't try to get on the rail over here. By the 5 ball, I would try to stay off the rail so I can go rail first between the 8 and the 5. And the 5 is huge, because I'll either make it straight in, but the 5 can still go in off the 9 with rail first, not where he's trying to get. It's just too small a window for him to try to make the 4 and get exactly where he wanted. Uh-oh.
Pockets the 4 in the side. Looks like he can see that.
Oh, he can see it, but he's
ball.
not making it. He's going to just play safety.
Yeah.
So if he can bank the fall ball down to the end table and let the cue ball follow to the rail and then freeze back up on that 9 ball, that would be great. But it would have been much bigger if he could have drawn his ball and come over to this same side of the 5 ball and do the rail first thing.
Referee indicating a good hit there. I'm going to bring Travis back to the table.
Ugh. All right, go off. Hit rail first into this 5. What's the benefit? I mean, even if he hits the, even if he was to make that ball, he's not going to have shape on the 6.
Yeah.
He would have been better off to just give him ball in hand while the balls were tied up.
So that 5 ball will go down as a dead ball. Because of the foul, Joseph has ball in hand. Pockets the 6 in the corner. Now shooting on the 7. Pockets that in the opposite corner.
My hands are cold.
It is a little
right?
chilly in here.
My hands are cold.
Pockets the 8 in the corner.
No, I'm good. I'm not cold, just my hands are cold. Ooh,
Nice shot there by
Nice cut
Joseph to
shot.
finish off the rack.
these guys have to slow down a little bit. They're both starting to rush a little bit.
Joseph needs just 2 more points, so 2 more balls by Joseph will clinch the victory for him. We'll have the opportunity to do it here on the break. Of course, he's had a couple of dry breaks, so we'll see how that plays in here. But just 2 points away from a victory for Joseph Hankins, San Diego, California.
Squat your rock. Boom. See the cue ball?
Once
Stay
again,
right
though,
there. Very good.
dry break. So Travis still has a glimmer here of hope, but I wouldn't let Joseph back to the table if I were him at this point.
Right. That's right.
So we're going to need to see something very special here, but Travis still with an opportunity. Shooting on the 1 ball. Pockets the 1, the corner.
Thinking it out. The difficult part is he's going to have trouble cueing properly.
And that could be...
Left him a makeable shot on this 2 ball. You could definitely cut it thin. And hopefully the cue ball would come around 2 rails between the 5 and the 9. Even if he hits the safe ball, he's going to end up with some kind of shot on that 3 ball. He's got to stay down here. Nope, he was trying to play safety and said, did it successfully. So now we're talking about a kick shot.
Boy, you're talking about a 14-year-old there needing just 2 points that is patient enough to execute
A safety,
pretty nice
yeah.
safety knowing how close he is. That's impressive. Very impressive.
All right, that worked out well.
Pretty equally impressive safety there by Travis. Joseph will try to come off the rail here, it looks like.
Rail first. You want to put a little bit of draw on that ball. Low right-hand English. Really draw off that ball so the cue ball can get shape on the...
Oh,
he put
wow.
topspin. But the problem with putting topspin is exactly what happened. He really needed to hit it a little bit firm. Make sure that there was enough draw on it so it'd go off the ball and draw backwards for the 3.
So now just 1 point away for Joseph.
There's so many balls there that really he was almost guaranteed to get hooked if he hit that with topspin. Looks like he's aiming a little bit wide. There it is.
He doesn't make contact with the 3, so he'll give ball in hand to Travis here.
Now Travis has got to know this is his last opportunity. And he wants a little bit of an angle. Not straight, because straight gives you only a combination. He's rushing. He's not thinking this out. He should have stopped the ball with the 3 and have an angle so he can come across for the 5.
All right. Joseph once again with an opportunity here to clinch the victory. Shooting on that 5 ball. Let's see what he opts to do here.
Yeah, he's aiming up. Nice thin hit on this 5. Then he'll just have to watch the scratch.
Watch out. Well,
All right. Left him a thin cut shot on the 5. He's going to want to put some draw on it. Better to hit this ball too thin than too full. He can still make it.
Travis pockets the 5.
Nice. Very good. Slow down. Take a deep breath. Nope. He's going to shoot.
Pockets the 6. One at a time, Travis. One at a
Yep,
time.
That's right.
Pockets the 7 in the side. Eight in the corner.
Yes, yes.
The nice
Good
leave on the 9
job.
ball.
Come on, Travis, baby. That's right. Fight to the very end.
Travis with 2 more points, and really a valiant effort here there
Yes.
from Travis, Jeanette. You know, just on the cusp here of elimination, and nice little run there, and we'll have the break.
What I like is that he's not showing a lot of frustration. He's being very patient for his opportunities. I'd like him to take just one more extra breath and step between each shot. But overall, he's not showing anything visibly that shows that he's given up on this match, or no sign of despair, just absolutely offense, trying to do his best. Proud of him. I love these kids.
Powerful break.
Nice.
Picks
Rewarded with a nice shot.
Picks up, looked like 2 balls there on the break.
That's right.
I got the 1 and the, no, I'm sorry, the
No, you
2
made
ball
the
and
2 and the 7.
7 ball, yeah. Shooting on the 1 with a makeable shot.
Yep, just come across table for the 3 in the right corner. Oh, my gosh. Uh-oh.
Well.
Yeah, and a makeable shot. On the screen, it looks tougher than it is.
Yeah,
It's just got to.
you get a
There
better
you go.
look at
That's
it
a
there.
really great view.
All right.
He's just got to watch
Joseph
scratching
Hankins
back
here
down
for the
here.
win, folks. Pockets the 1 in the side.
Wow.
And your junior champion in the black tier from San Diego, California, Joseph Hankins, folks. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Travis Cribley for an outstanding runner-up performance. And really congratulations to all of these kids here at this year's junior championships. As you see the players, a nice show of sportsmanship, embrace, the crowd celebrating both their outstanding accomplishments. Really great event here and a great conclusion to it, Jeanette. Of course, we want to make sure that we mention our 4 champions. Robert Gum Jr., Independence, Missouri. He is your champion in the green tier. In the red tier, we had Dylan Edwards from Washington, Illinois. Congratulations to Dylan. In the white tier, we had Paul Marshall from Wyoming, Michigan. He is your champion again in the white tier. And in the black tier, Joseph Hankins, San Diego, California, our 4 junior champions from here in St. Louis. Folks, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Be sure to come back and see us again in August from Las Vegas, where we will be bringing you the APA World Championships. Until then, we're going to say goodbye for just a little while.
That's right. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.